In the eerie, moonlit shadows of Ekrutik City, a chilling tale unfolds within the decrepit walls of an abandoned mansion. Here, Gengar, along with Haunter and Espion, encounters a mirror not just of glass and frame, but of dark secrets and spectral fears. Dare to step into a world where reflections deceive and whispers of the past linger. Join them in a heart-pounding adventure through a haunted realm where each reflection is a ghostly riddle and the truth is as elusive as a shadow in the night. Chapter 1: Whispers in the Fog. The evening in Ekrutik City was draped in a thick, ghostly fog that clung to the cobblestone streets like a spectral shroud. Amidst the dim glow of the street lamps, the city whispered tales of an ancient mansion, abandoned and forgotten, yet pulsating with untold secrets. It was this very mansion that called to Gengar, a Pokemon both feared and revered for its ghostly nature. Accompanied by the eerie glow of its eyes, Gengar set out into the night, its form gliding effortlessly through the mist. By its side floated Haunter, a Pokemon of similar spectral quality, its gaseous form weaving playfully through the air. Together they made a pair that embodied the essence of the ethereal. The mansion stood at the city's edge, a relic of a bygone era. Its towering structure loomed against the moonlit sky, its windows like dark, unblinking eyes. The iron gates, twisted and overgrown with ivy, groaned as Gengar pushed them open. A sense of anticipation hung in the air, as if the mansion itself were awaiting their arrival. Stepping inside, the duo was met with a silence that was almost tangible. Dust particles danced in the moonbeams that penetrated the broken windows, casting eerie patterns on the grand staircase. The wallpaper, once grand and vibrant, now peered through layers of dust, its patterns telling stories of lavish parties and whispered secrets. The grand hall, at the heart of the mansion, was dominated by an ornate mirror. Its frame, carved with intricate designs of mythical Pokemon and celestial patterns, held a sense of allure and foreboding. It was here, under the gaze of this mirror, that they first sensed the presence of Espion. With fur as sleek as the moonlight and eyes that shimmered with psychic energy, Espion exuded a serene yet powerful aura. "I felt a disturbance," it spoke, its voice a gentle echo in the vastness of the hall. "This mirror is not what it seems." As Gengar approached the mirror, it felt a cold, tingling sensation, like a whisper from another world. The surface of the mirror rippled as if it were liquid, and for a moment, Gengar thought it saw a pair of eyes staring back from the depths. "The mirror holds secrets old and dark," Espeon murmured, its eyes fixed on the reflective surface. "We must tread carefully, for not all is as it appears." In the dim light of the hall, with the air heavy with the scent of old wood and forgotten memories, Gengar, Haunter, and Espion formed an unlikely trio. United by curiosity and an unspoken understanding, they stood before the mirror, ready to delve into the mysteries of the mansion, unaware of the shadowy reflections that watched them from the glassy depths. Chapter 2: The Mirror's Secrets. The grand hall of the mansion, bathed in the ghostly silver of moonlight, felt like a world suspended in time. The trio, Gengar, Haunter, and Espion, stood before the enigmatic mirror, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly glow. As Espion focused its psychic energy, the air around them seemed to hum with a hidden power, the fabric of reality thinning. Gengar reached out a shadowy hand towards the mirror. To its surprise, the surface yielded like mist, rippling under its touch. In the reflective depths, they caught glimpses of something else, a realm that twisted and turned in impossible ways. It was clear that this was no ordinary mirror. It was a gateway, a portal to a world beyond their understanding. As they delved deeper into the mansion's heart, the trio found remnants of the past, faded portraits whose eyes seemed to follow their every move, antique furniture shrouded in cobwebs, and old diaries filled with tales of sorrow and madness. It became evident that the mirror had been a centerpiece of countless tragedies, its dark allure captivating the mansion's previous inhabitants. The more they uncovered, the more the mansion seemed to awaken. Phantom whispers echoed through the halls, and chilling draughts swept past them as if unseen specters were moving in the shadows. In one of the upper chambers, they found a library, its shelves laden with ancient tomes and arcane artifacts. Amidst the dust-covered pages, Haunter discovered an old manuscript detailing the mirror's origin. It was crafted by a master artisan, cursed by a vengeful spirit, and known to trap the souls of those who gazed into its depths. As night deepened, the mirror's power grew stronger. Espeon, with its acute psychic senses, felt a presence lurking within the mirror, a malevolent force that had been feeding on the fears and nightmares of its victims. The spirit of Mismagius, bound to the mirror by an ancient curse, was the puppeteer of the mansion's eerie phenomena. The revelation hit them like a cold wave. The mirror was not just a portal, it was a prison, holding Mismagius captive in a cycle of bitterness and sorrow. This realization brought a new sense of urgency to their quest. They needed to unravel the curse binding Mismagius and free the trapped souls, including the spirit that now sought their help. As the first light of dawn began to seep through the cracks of the boarded windows, the trio prepared to confront the mirror's secrets. With Gengar's ghostly powers, Haunter's knowledge of the arcane, and Espeon's psychic abilities, they were ready to delve into the mirror's alternate reality, a realm where the mansion's horrors were amplified, and the true nature of the curse awaited them. The mirror's surface rippled as they approached, the air charged with the energy of untold mysteries. With a collective breath, they stepped through the looking glass, crossing the threshold into a world where the mansion's ghostly tales were all too real, and the line between reality and nightmare blurred into obscurity. Chapter 3. Reflections of Darkness. As Gengar, Haunter, and Espeon stepped through the mirror, a chilling sensation enveloped them, like diving into a dark, icy pool. The world on the other side was a distorted echo of the mansion, shrouded in an eternal twilight that cast long, twisted shadows across the halls. This mirrored realm was a labyrinth of confusion and illusion. The corridors twisted upon themselves in impossible geometries, and rooms shifted and changed as soon as they were out of sight. The air was thick with a sense of foreboding, and the silence was broken only by the soft, eerie whispers that seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. In this world, the trio's senses were heightened to an unnerving degree. Gengar felt every draught as a spectral caress. Haunter's laughter echoed back as a mocking chorus, and Espeon's psychic abilities were amplified yet muddled by the overwhelming presence of the trapped spirits. As they ventured deeper, the mansion's history unfolded around them like a nightmarish play. Ghostly apparitions reenacted scenes of sorrow and madness, trapped in a perpetual loop of their final moments. Each spirit they encountered was a fragment of a story, a piece of the puzzle that was the mansion's cursed past. Mismagius's presence was ever present, a malevolent force that twisted the reality around them. In one chilling encounter, the trio found themselves in a grand ballroom, the dancers' spectral figures waltzing endlessly to a haunting melody that resonated with sorrow. It was here they first truly faced Mismagius, its form a swirling vortex of dark energy at the room's center. "Mismagius," Espeon called out, its voice steady but empathetic. "We know of your pain, your binding to this cursed place. Let us help you find peace." The spirit's response was a cacophony of whispers, an outpouring of centuries of trapped rage and despair. It spoke of betrayal, of a curse born from a broken heart and a vengeance that chained it to the mirror. The realization dawned on them. To free Mismagius and the other spirits, they had to break the cycle of sorrow and anger that fueled the curse. This was not a battle of force, but one of understanding and healing. Using their combined strengths, they began to untangle the web of the curse. Gengar used its connection to the ghostly realm to soothe the restless spirits. Haunter unraveled the arcane knots that bound the curse, and Espeon projected a calming psychic aura, easing Mismagius's torment. As they worked, the mansion around them began to change. The oppressive atmosphere lightened, and the shadows receded. The spirits, released from their torment, began to fade away, their whispered thanks a gentle breeze in the still air. With each spirit freed, Mismagius's form became less chaotic, its swirling darkness giving way to a softer, more serene light. The curse was unraveling, the mirror's power waning, and with it, the twisted reflection of the mansion began to dissolve. As the alternate reality faded, the trio found themselves once again standing in the grand hall of the real mansion, the first rays of dawn casting a warm glow through the windows. The mirror, now just a simple reflective surface, no longer held its ominous allure. They had faced the darkness of the mirror and emerged victorious, not through battle, but through understanding and compassion. The mansion, freed from its curse, stood silent and peaceful, a monument to their journey into the depths of fear and back. Chapter 4: Breaking the Curse. As the first light of dawn filtered through the dusty windows of the grand hall, the atmosphere in the once ominous mansion felt transformed. The oppressive air of mystery and despair had lifted, replaced by a serene tranquility. Gengar, Haunter, and Espeon stood before the now mundane mirror, its once haunting allure reduced to mere reflections of the morning light. The trio looked at each other, their expressions a mix of exhaustion and triumph. They had ventured into the depths of a cursed reality and emerged not just unscathed, but victorious. The spirits that once roamed the halls, trapped in endless torment, were now free, their whispers of gratitude still echoing faintly in the minds of our heroes. In the heart of the mansion, where fear and sorrow once reigned, there was now a palpable sense of peace. The spectral reenactments, the chilling cries, and the twisting corridors were gone, replaced by the silent, respectful stillness of a place with a troubled past now laid to rest. Mismagius, the once malevolent spirit, had also found its peace. In its final moments before dissipating, it had appeared before them not as a vortex of darkness, but in a calmer, almost serene form. It had nodded a silent gesture of thanks, before fading away into the morning light, its centuries-long bondage to the mirror finally broken. Espeon, with a gentle purr, closed its eyes, sending out one last psychic wave to ensure that the mansion was free of any lingering dark energy. Satisfied, it turned to its companions. "The curse is lifted. The spirits are at peace," it said, its voice a soft whisper. Haunter, who had been a whirlwind of energy throughout the night, now floated quietly, its usual grin more subdued. "This place, it feels different now. Lighter," it observed, looking around at the dust motes dancing in the sunbeams. Gengar, who had led them into this adventure, stood silently, its gaze reflective. It had come seeking a mystery, a thrill. What it found was a story of sorrow, a mission of salvation. It had grown, not just in strength but in understanding. The mansion, which had stood as a symbol of fear, now stood as a testament to their journey. As they left the mansion, the sun climbing higher in the sky, the town of Ecruteak slowly stirred to life. The tales of the haunted mansion would live on, but now as stories of redemption and courage, of a night when 3 Pokemon ventured into the unknown and emerged as saviors of lost souls. The trio parted ways at the edge of the city, each returning to their own path, but forever bonded by the events of that night. Gengar looked back at the mansion one last time. Its silhouette, now just a part of the city's landscape. It had entered the mansion as a seeker of mysteries, and it left as a keeper of peace. The story of the mirror in the mansion would be whispered about in the lanes of Ikruteak for generations to come. A tale of darkness turned to light, fear turned to courage, and the unbreakable bond forged in the face of the unknown. And at the heart of that tale would always be Gengar, Haunter, and Espeon, the unlikely heroes who had looked into the mirror and found not just their reflections, but their true selves.